Welcome back to Tiny Grimes Games, and I'm here with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. And today I want to talk about mods, what's happened with them, and the new mod event. So if you saw my last video, I said I thought mods were way over the top. I didn't personally think that that's what the goal of mods were, to have them overwhelm the characters and that they would be tuned back. I was right. They were in fact dialed way back to where now it's what most people thought they would be in the beginning, which is a slight modification of a character. And what's really interesting is it gives Capital Games a lot of possibilities and flexibility to say, like, well, if everyone's making ultra fast Rays, maybe you just bump down the speed boost ever so slightly on the speed mod to Ray, and now people are encouraged to diversify a little bit. So I really like, actually, this new direction of mods. They're not overwhelming. It's not like, oh my goodness, I don't have the level 5 mod, I can't even compete anymore, I'm hopeless and helpless. Now it's much more of an opportunity to really tweak your lineups. It's going to maybe make the meta really interesting. It doesn't seem to have worked so far, but there's this possibility now of like meta going back and forth of like, okay, this person is going all speed on all their guys. Now I'm going to react by doing more damage to try to, kill them, even though they're going to be going first. Whatever it is that people end up doing, maybe a larger health pool, meta shift. I don't know. I feel like there's a possibility there that maybe this will make things more interesting. It's also possible that people are just going to go, these are the best characters. It doesn't really matter if they're slightly tweaked or not. And that was really one of the interesting things about the overpowered mods, is it almost made the characters pointless. So you could take any character and really change them dramatically, but you needed really high level mods really quickly. Okay, so Capital Games, basically saw what was going on, adjusted and said, our bad, we're going to dial them way back. Most of the community was really happy about this, but there were people who spent a lot of resources on these mods early to have this advantage, and not even just like a thing like, oh, I'm going to crush everyone with my new mods, but basically just, I need to keep up with the Joneses. I might not want to unload all my resources into these mods, but I feel pressure that I have to. And people haven't really been reimbursed, and people have been pretty upset about this and pretty vocal about it. So Capital Games has now put into place for this weekend, we'll say, the first step towards rectifying this, because if you look at people's feedback, it's pretty darn negative. It's like, okay, you're going to give me 350,000 credits 3 times, and I spent 7 million credits on mods. That does not equate. For most people, though, who didn't try to really rush them down, this isn't too bad. Getting, 1 million credits over 3 days as a mea culpa, that's pretty good. Like, I'm personally pretty happy with this because I was out of town. I didn't spend 1 cent on mods. I couldn't even get them. By the time I got back, they were so overpowered, and now the drop rates were low, and I didn't know what to do, and I thankfully a couple days later they were nerfed substantially. Alright, so that's the first thing. The second thing, which I think is really cool, is that there's no charges for removing mods this weekend. So it's basically an opportunity to get out there and try all kinds of crazy stuff. Like, alright, I'm going to go all speed on Ray. Alright, I'm going to go all crit chance on Ray. Whatever you want to really try out some new and interesting things. And I like that a lot. It feels like they are like, okay, we made this mistake. Let's see what we can do to make it up to people. There's also an improved chance of immediately increasing a mod's level while upgrading. I guess I thought there already was. Apparently, if you upgrade your mod, sometimes you don't get any sort of leveling up. Okay. Oh, unless maybe what they're saying is that it shows it to you earlier. I'm not entirely sure what that means. So that's basically what's going on with this event as far as mods are concerned. There's also some other stuff. If you want to throw crystals away at Galactic Gear Packs and pray to the gods that you'll get something good, you have that opportunity again. I don't know anyone who did that and was happy about it. But if you were, hey, it's back. And also, basically, if you buy crystals, you're going to get more crystals. So it's kind of a, sorry we messed up. If you want to spend money, we're going to give you even more for spending money. So maybe start spending money again. I know a lot of people who are not spending money on the game right now and are really dissatisfied. I think it's interesting that they're calling it an event, since there's no event. Like, events in this game are very clearly marked off events. There's even a table marked event. So perhaps the language there could have been a little bit different. I guess the bottom line is, for me, this event is great. It's going to allow me to do things that I want to do some experimentation, which to me is the whole point of mods. Like, the whole point is to be able to experiment and do stuff. And getting free credits is always great. The thing that people have pointed out is, how about you just give us free infinite drop rate, right? Like, there were people who got their infinite mods, as many as they wanted, because the drop rate was 100%. That would have been great. I'm sure that's something that they talked about, and apparently in the end decided not to. Also, I just want to say this. There is a new raid out. Well, not out yet. Whoa, that's coming. And I'm part of this program with EA, so I am pushing on them to give me some sort of spoiler to bring to you in my raid video that I'll be bringing out probably at this point early next week, because I've been waiting to try to hear back from them to see if there's anything I can tell you, anything interesting. So hopefully next week you'll see a raid video from me that will be, an interesting, probably really small, perhaps completely inconsequential spoiler, but at least something interesting that I can tell you about the raid that hasn't already been told. So we'll see you next time on Tiny Grimes Games.